Good morning.
Bitch, it's 4:30.
We are bringing you some fun little spring themed activities.
It's gonna be a chill
Yeah, it's gonna be very
vibes.
chill. This was
Good
just gonna be
vibes.
like where we like tell stories like we have done, but I don't know that either of us have the brain power for that. So we're doing like a variation of it, but we're also gonna throw in some like spring themed things. Um
There's probably gonna be an F word in here. I think we
I
didn't
definitely said it in the
the
catch up
first one. Oh,
episode.
I didn't
I
hear
said
it.
it like 3 times.
See, it's just something we use so often in our everyday lives
Yeah.
that I no longer notice it, but I don't think it happened in the last one.
No,
I
I
bleeped
tried.
it. I muted it.
Yeah. But I think I'll still probably mark it explicit just because of some of the nature of some of the stories that I shared, like with the wife with the child
Oh
loss.
yeah.
I'll probably still mark it explicit because
Trigger warning.
of that.
If you've got, what are other terms for trigger warning? Because I've got a podcast that I listen to. I guess it's a podcast. Yeah, it is. It's an anthology podcast, Old Gods of Appalachia.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of saying trigger like TW in their thing, it'll say CW.
Content warning.
Oh, okay. I've always wondered that.
I do like that. I think I like that better, content warning.
Yeah.
Rather than trigger warning, because it could be, it's just letting you know that the content includes these
And it'll always
things.
say like content warning, and then it'll tell like what it is.
Yeah.
Like I think some of the most recent ones had it on there. Let me just see.
Because I also like that now there are like books that include a list of like content warnings.
Oh, that's cool. See, like this one. Content warning, historical hospital settings, loss of bodily autonomy or control, death by mutilation, decapitation, and monster, sounds of screeching birds, breaking glass, endangerment of children, description of aftermath of a mass killing, and elements of a haunting. If that tells you any type of thing that I like to listen to. However, if you guys are into a good storytelling and a dude with a voice that you could listen to going to sleep, not that it's boring, but he's just his voice is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And a great story that's like Appalachian based, that has to do with demons and witchcraft and, all types of supernatural cool things. Old Gods of Appalachia is where it's at.
It's like what we do, but like formatted in storytelling.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it. I get so sucked into the story. Like that's what I like to listen to while I'm working a lot.
Yeah.
Because I get so pissed when I get caught up because then I have nothing else to listen to. But it's like I get so entranced with the story, but I'm still cranking out work like it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to it.
Yeah.
Short story first?
Sure.
Okay. So we're going to tell you guys a little made up on the spot short story. And our prompt this time was we're taking it back nostalgic, like taking it back to the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
If anybody remembers that game MASH that we used to do, where it would be like mansion, apartment, shack, home, or house rather. And you have like categories where you have to like list out 4 different options for each category. Then you do a little squiggly down at the bottom of the page, and how many ever lines is, how many you count. And then you go down till you narrow it down to your one in each topic. So that's what we've done for this prompt.
Yeah. I really hope y'all could hear me for the beginning of that episode because I just realized my mic was turned down.
Oh, well, that's good. Anyway, I'm going to draw the squiggly. Brittany's going to tell me when to stop.
Okay.
Ready, go.
Stop.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll call it 9 because that was almost there. 1. Oh, shit. I was crossing things off when I shouldn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Librarian's out.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Allie's out.
Okay.
Sorry, Allie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn, none's out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They don't live in an apartment. Laura's out.
Okay.
Long Beach is out. Stripper's out, so
Oh.
this person's a waiter.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boston's out. Nashville's out. Oh, so that leaves Seattle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shaq's out. 1, 2, 3, 4. They live in a mansion.
A waiter living in a mansion?
That can be part of the
In
story.
Seattle?
That can be part of the story. So we've got Theo, who lives in a mansion and is a waiter, and they live in Seattle.
Okay.
I've already got things going.
Do you?
Yeah.
I have nothing.
Okay. Well, I'll start us off.
Okay.
So what's the geography like in Seattle? Is it like
It's rainy.
Well, obviously, but is it like mountainous, hilly?
Not at giving me. I put in terrain.
It's a hilly city located in Washington State.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the hills of Seattle, there was this massive mansion.
Yeah.
That no one really ever had seen the inside of, the locals.
Mm-hmm.
There was cars that would come in and out from time to time.
Yeah.
But like it seemed as though it wasn't like they never had any big extravagant like to-dos there. Okay.
Yeah.
In the town at the bottom of the foothills, at the bottom of the hills there, there's a cute little main road. I don't know anything about Seattle, so none of this could be true. But there was this cute little main road where there's like these cute little boutique shops and little restaurants. A lot of them were kind of ritzy restaurants though.
Yeah.
And so in one of these restaurants, there was a fellow by the name of Theo who was a waiter at this restaurant. We'll call the restaurant
Bernardo's.
Okay. I was saying my first thought was Chateau de something, and I don't know where that was going. I was like Chateau de Dumont, and I was like, that's not right. So Bernardo's, okay,
Yeah.
Sounds like a little Italian bistro, Italian little place.
That's what
okay?
I was. That's the vibe I was picking up.
Okay, so Theo works as a waiter, at this little restaurant, and as a waiter, he seems pretty shy, but he does his job well. He's not one of those waiters that's like, let me flirt with you, let me be over the top, let me be loud. But he's good at his job, and everybody loves him. Okay.
Yeah.
And so he makes a decent living, nothing extravagant. And no one would expect that he was, he lives in this mansion.
Yeah.
Okay. You got anything from there?
No, not yet.
Okay. So one night while he's working, he gets this this guy that comes into the restaurant and sits down in his section. And so Theo says and walks over to the table. He's like, "Hey, welcome to Bernardo's. My name is Theo. I'm going to be your waiter. I'll be helping you today. Can I get you started off with something to drink? Maybe, a bottle of wine, or, we've got, I'm sure they call them like sodas there. We've got fountain drinks,
Yeah.
or water, coffee, whatever you would
We
like.
have Coke products.
Yeah, Coke products, Coca-Cola products. And the guy says, "Oh, well, I think I'll take a bottle of your best red wine, and then also a glass of water, if you don't mind." And he's like, "No problem. Be right back. Gonna go grab that. I'll be right back." So he goes to get said water and wine, and one of his coworkers is like, hey, do you know who that dude is? And he's like, not even a little bit. He's like, oh, well, he's like a big, well-to-do dude that's got tons of money. So, like, do your job right and you'll get a decent tip. And he's like, cool, got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So he goes back to the table, takes the dude his drinks, and he's like, hey, here you go. Have you decided on what you'd like to eat this afternoon? And the dude's like, what do you suggest? And so Theo gives him some suggestions. He's like, okay, well, I think I'll take whatever the first thing Theo said was. Okay.
The veal.
Well,
I don't know. That sounds like something fancy somebody would eat.
So Theo's like, oh, that's a great choice.
Red wine sounds like it pairs well with veal.
Okay. Because I partake in neither of those things.
Me either, but it just sounds right.
So Theo's like, okay, cool. And he takes his, ticket back to the kitchen and waits for the food. Meanwhile, while they're waiting, Theo's checking back in. And the dude's like really, really nice to Theo. And Theo's like, I think he's flirting with me.
Yeah.
So when he brings him his food back, he's like, the dude breaks the ice and is like, hey, listen, I'm only in town for a short while.
Ew.
But, like, I just wanted to see if you wanted to hang out. I'm here potentially looking to move here. And I'd like for, someone local to show me around.
Yeah.
And Theo says, I'm flattered, but I'm spoken for. Yeah. Also, probably not a thing people in Seattle say. I think that's a Southern thing. But he says, but I'm spoken for.
Mm-hmm.
My husband,
mm-hmm.
I have a husband, but thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you go now?
Are you running out of ideas?
No, I got ideas, but I'm trying not to do the whole story myself.
Okay. Did you give that guy a name?
The customer?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. The customer is somewhat taken aback by this statement and says, look, I'm not looking for any sort of permanent relationship or anything, but it would be nice to have a friend here.
Okay.
When I move here.
I was like, this is about to get skeevy.
Yeah. And you are certainly more than welcome to invite your husband to tour the city and show me around.
I like it. He's looking for a threesome.
Theo says, I appreciate that, and I will run that by my husband and see if he's okay with it. And I will let you know, and like asks for a business card or something, with his phone number on it. The guy tips him well. He wraps up his meal. He gives him his phone number and tells him, call me whenever you get some stuff figured out, and we'll see if we can get together and tour the city. Theo takes the guy's number and doesn't really think too much more about it. Goes home he lives in the mansion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He goes home to the mansion after work, and he walks in the front door, and I'm trying to think of like how I would envision this mansion appearing, because I'm envisioning like somewhat dilapidated on the inside. The outside looks normal so that nobody like questions it, but like just slightly like
okay, I'm glad
off.
you clarified that, because that's not where I was thinking. Like,
I would say like just
glorious as hell.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, but I mean, like, I'm not saying like falling apart around them, but like something's
just like
off.
they live in this big ass mansion, but they don't have anybody to take care of it. Like they don't have a maid.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I'm having
You're trying to go
struggling.
mystery with this. That's
not like fully, but just like something's amiss.
Do it. This is why we are building off of it.
Yeah, I would say that just something is amiss. I don't think they're like killers or anything, but
okay.
But yeah, something's amiss. And I could run with it this way. And Theo notices that something is amiss in the house.
Oh.
And he's like the vibes are off. He finds his husband in the kitchen, cooking dinner. Everything seems to be fine.
His name is Jonathan. Never mind.
So, and he's like, is everything good? And Jonathan says it is. And, he's like, why? And he's like, just something in the air feels off. He's like, no, everything's good. So they talk about their day. They share, what all went on. And then Theo says, oh, I got a guy's number today. And Jonathan is like, excuse me? Bitch. You did what? And he said, well, there was this, he's apparently, a super rich guy, and he came in, and, my coworker said, hey, be, super nice to him, and, because he's wealthy, and he told me he's moving to the area, and asked if I would be willing to, go on a little tour of the city with him and show him around, because he's interested in moving here, and he would just like to make friends with people that already live here. And he was like, and I told him, I was married, and he said, that's fine, and you're welcome to come along. And Jonathan is still like, And he's like, was he cute? And he was like, no, he was kind of older, not really my taste. And Jonathan is like, I don't know, his little spidey sense is picking up that something ain't quite right with this man. I'll let you take it for a little bit.
So they agree, because Jonathan's curious at this point. So they agree to, we'll take him on a tour and just gonna show him the haps and what's to do around here and give him a nice little time. Okay.
Yeah.
So they call the guy. I guess we probably should give him a name.
I call him Steven.
Okay. So Steven answers the phone and Theo goes, hey, Steven, this is Theo from, what was the
Bernardo's.
name? Bernardo's. I keep wanting to say Eduardo's. This is Theo from Bernardo's, and I was just calling because I spoke to my husband and we talked it over, and we'd be happy to show you around and let you kind of feel it out.
Mm-hmm.
And Steven's like, that's great. How do you want to meet me somewhere? What do you want to do? And Jonathan says from the background, just tell him to meet us here.
Mm-hmm.
Meet tomorrow. We'll say around 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So Steven's like, okay, great. So Theo gives him the address, whatever. So then the next day, Steven pulls up to this house and he's like, how does this waiter live in a mansion? Mm-hmm. This is massive and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
How does he make enough to live in this mansion? So he goes and he knocks on the door, rings the little doorbell, it bing bongs through the house, and
he's staring at the Ring camera like, open the door.
Then Jonathan comes and opens the door. Listen, in my brain, I said Jonathan because in my brain, I'm seeing Jonathan to be like John.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like how you side-eyed the mic.
Right. I don't know. I don't think either of those two listen, but if you're listening, you know who you are and you know how this is about to go down. Because he's about to be extra. Because you extra as fuck. But we love it. So Jonathan answers the door and he's like, oh, hey, Steven. How are you? Welcome to our house. Give us just a minute. We're finishing up, getting ready. If you just want to come inside, wait right in here in this room, in our sitting room.
Yeah.
we'll be with you in just a second. He's like, okay, cool. And so he walks in, and Jonathan's like, Theo's upstairs finishing up getting dressed, and he'll be right down. And so he goes, okay, cool. And he goes, I don't mean to pry, but like, I know Theo's not making enough for this type of house. Like, is this inherited? What's going on? And Jonathan goes, no, bitch. He says, yes, it was inherited, but because I inherited it. And my family, I come from a long line of people with money, but we earn that money. Okay.
Yeah.
And Steven's like, okay, there wasn't a whole lot of details there, but we'll just take it as we get it. And we're good. Now you can go.
Yeah.
So that played into the kind of old rundown.
Yeah.
It's been handed down.
Steven is still just like looking around. When Theo enters the scene.
Enter stage left.
Yeah. And he's just like, hey man, how's it going? So happy we could work it out and get together. And he's like, what do we want to do? What do we want to plan? Yeah, I'll let her in here. Come on. What are you screaming about? It's like 6 minutes to dinner time. We're yelling. We run around screaming. Anyway, they're talking about, I don't know what there is to do in Seattle. All I know is about like the Seattle Space Needle or whatever.
Cool. We're going to make some shit up then.
So, they're just discussing their options, right? Of where they can go, places for dinner. Theo says, not Bernardo's. I'd rather eat somewhere else. The food is delicious. However, I do work there, and I like to keep my private life private. Okay? This it triggers Steven's spidey sense a little bit.
I got a place that they can go.
Okay, where can they go?
There's this, so then Theo mentions, there's this cool little area called Capitol Hill. We can pick a restaurant there. There's a couple bars to go to, some cute little stores to go to. It's technically just the center, the perfect center of the city's LGBTQ plus community, and that's where Pride is held every year.
Okay, so they're going to, what was it called again? I'm sorry.
Capitol Hill.
And on the way there, Steven asks Jonathan what type of work he does. And, excuse me. You can't be rubbing your head all over that. And Jonathan, gets a little sassy about it. And,
Not sassy.
And he's like, it's not really something I can talk about. I work in the private sector. Okay. And he's like, and that's about all I'm willing to discuss. And Steven's like, am I about to be murdered? And he's like, did I pick the right people to hang out with today? He's like, first off, the house is a little creepy. But overall fine. Like, nothing's amiss too much.
This played in so well. I'm just here to let you know.
And they seem nice, but like, I don't know. Jonathan seemed like he would kill me if he told me anything. It's giving, I'll tell you, but then I'd have to kill you vibes. And so Steven is just wondering, what does he do? Is it legal? Is it not legal? Is he in the mafia? What is going on with this couple? And how do they really afford this? Like, if they can't afford a mansion, why is Theo working in a restaurant, right, as a waiter? It makes no sense. None of it. It's 2 + 2 is equaling 5 at this point. And I don't know if that's our storytelling or if that is just something is just bizarre about this whole situation. But nonetheless, Steven insists that he plans to have a good time, see what the city has to offer with these two kind of low-key weirdos, and maybe go on about his life as if this never happened. So they arrive to the restaurant and they go in. They didn't have a reservation, so they have to wait a little bit, right? I assume it's like, is it like a smallish place?
Well, Capitol Hill is just, okay, so sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
I literally Googled things to do in Seattle.
Yeah.
And this first link called travellemming.com, very first thing on the list is Capitol Hill.
Okay. So it's like a hot commodity.
Says it's among the best neighborhoods in Seattle. A historic spot is epicenter of the city's LGBTQ plus community, hosts the city's Pride celebration every June. It is also the perfect place to dine at trendy restaurants, find unique souvenirs, and drink and party with locals. And then, this is where I said it's playing in perfectly. It says, on the north end, you'll find Volunteer Park, cute boutiques and cafes, and the historic homes on Millionaires Row.
Okay.
Further south, you'll find, further south around the Pike Pine corridor is where you'll find nightlife, cocktail lounges, chic wine bars, nightclubs, and live music venues.
Okay.
And then it says some of Seattle's best restaurants are also in this neighborhood. Eat here, and you'll find options from everything from Thai and Ethiopian to vegan fare and juicy burgers.
Damn, this sounds like a cool as hell place to hang out.
For a foolproof plan, grab dinner at Anna Purna Cafe and ice cream at Molly Moon's before heading to one of the area's many bars.
Okay.
And then it also says something about a place called Elliott Bay Book Company.
Okay. So Capitol Hill's not a restaurant. It's like the area.
Yeah, it's an area.
Okay. Okay. So the gang all arrive to Capitol Hill, and begin to just walk around, see what there is to see. Jonathan points out some of his favorite shops. These include like tailored suits, for his secret job. And Theo points out his favorite bookstore, and says that they have a great selection. And Steven is starting to relax around these two. He's like, okay, maybe things aren't so weird. They just seem like normal dudes who maybe he just has a job. Maybe he's in the Secret Service. Maybe he's in the FBI. Maybe he's in the CIA. We don't know. Maybe it's not nefarious in the slightest. And I will let you take it over from here. I'm losing the plot a little bit.
Okay. So they're just traveling around the area, hanging out. And then they're like, well, let's stop off at, just try and loosen things up. There's this cool little place where you can go in and hang out. And smoke a bowl if you want to, because it's legal there. I just Googled it too to see. So he's like, okay.
Washington State is very open about stuff. They get everything first.
So at this point, Steven's like, they're trying to loosen me up, but maybe then
his guard is coming back up a little bit. Yeah,
but then he's like, well, maybe if I get them to loosen up some, then I can get a little more detail. Because at this point, he's less concerned about figuring out the area and more concerned about let's figure out what Jonathan's doing. Okay? Yeah. So they go into this cool little bar, and they order a couple drinks, and then the drinks are infused. Okay.
Right.
So they're not going to like smoke a bowl. I don't think
Yeah.
there's like actual bars where you can like walk in and smoke a bowl in a bar, but you know what I mean.
You never know. This is
Maybe.
a fantasy land.
Maybe. So they've had a couple and they're having, a good time and they're just kind of chit chatting, shooting the shit. And so, he's asking Theo what he does for fun. And Theo's like, oh, I like to read. I play a little bit of pickleball. I'm trying to think
Not the pickleball.
Right. I'm trying to think of some ritzy shit. I enjoy riding horses.
Water polo. That sounds really rich.
Water polo?
Water polo.
Okay.
That sounds like something exclusively rich people do.
Maybe. And so he's like, oh, okay, that all sounds like a good time. And then they're like asking him what he liked to do. And he's like, I do enjoy reading and, but I'm busy with business most of the time because he's in like an accounting firm. Okay.
Right.
So he's busy with business most of the time. And so he doesn't get a whole lot of time for leisure. This was, the first vacation he's had in a long time, but really it's not a vacation because he's looking for, somewhere to call home.
Yeah.
And so then he goes to Jonathan and he's like, okay, well, what do you like to do in your off time? And Jonathan's like, I don't get a whole lot of that. I'll go and I'll watch Theo at his water polo matches and pickleball matches. But I don't have a whole lot of time to do things. I do read on the occasion. But a lot of my time is filled with meetings and, things like that. And so he just added a little bit to the mystique of the situation. There's no clear set as to what's going on in Jonathan's life.
Yeah.
So then they're like, okay, well, they finished up their drinks and Jonathan covered the tab and they head on out to kind of cruise around and show him a little bit more of what's going on. And as they're driving down the road, it's like the air in the car gets sucked out because you can physically see Jonathan's whole body tense up and he's looking at this person that's walking down the road in this little small town area. Mm-hmm. And then when Steven, I forgot his name. When Steven noticed this, he's like, what the fuck is going on now?
Yeah.
So then it's like all of a sudden Theo realizes what's going on and he's like, we'll handle it later. Well, we'll worry about that later. Mm-hmm. And then you can just see Jonathan's demeanor. He's just like, he's seething.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, how about I just drop y'all off, down the street at one of your bookstores and then I'll come back and get you in a little bit.
Yeah.
So Theo's like, do you really think that now is the time? Mm-hmm. And Jonathan's like, I have to handle this. Mm-hmm. And so sure enough, he drops them off at a little bookstore and he disappears for a little bit. So Theo and Steven wander around this bookstore for a while and then they go out and they go next door to this cute little boutique store to look at stuff in there. It's like a little antique store. And they look around in there. And they had gone through 2 or 3 different little stores by the time Jonathan returns. And when he does return to pick them up, he seems a little tired. Like he's exerted himself a little bit. Mm-hmm. His hair's a little tossed a little bit, but he's not dirty. He's, nothing like that. He just seems like he's done something. Mm-hmm. Okay. You go.
Yeah. Theo says, this is like, you good? Everything okay? And Steven's like side-eyeing him, like, damn, what did I get myself into? I gotta stop talking to strangers. And Jonathan's like, yep, everything is handled. We're good now. And Stephen just kind of trepidatiously asks, what happened? Jonathan whips his head around and says, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to tell you that it's none of your business. And Theo says, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Tries to kind of like play it smooth, play it cool. And he's like, nothing to worry about. It's good. It's just part of his job. So have they been to dinner yet? Have they eaten yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to fast forward a little bit, make them go to dinner. Everything goes well. They chit chat. They kind of tell him, some more things about the city that they love and what they don't like about living there, which is the rain. And how when they have beautiful weather, it's very seldom, and so they're really just soaking up that good weather that day. So they have a couple of drinks, and did they drive there, or did they take a cab?
They drove.
Okay, so Theo goes to collect the car while Stephen and Jonathan are left standing on the sidewalk for a few minutes. And Jonathan looks at Stephen and says, I'm trying to think of how I want, there's one of two ways I'd like to either threaten him or it's also a form of threatening him. Uno momento. I'm having a brain. My sparks are sparking. Jonathan looks at Stephen and says, have you ever heard of I need to think of a company name real fast. Help me think of a company name.
Like a made up one?
Yeah. We don't have to know what they do yet. It can just be something.
Harris and Elliott.
There we go. Harris and Elliott. And Stephen says, no, I've never encountered that company before. And Jonathan says, okay, let's just leave it at that. Okay. Up comes Theo in the vehicle. Everybody gets in and they head back to the house. And then I'm going to pass it back to you. Why are you so dirty?
So they're back at the house, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, Stephen thanks them for a wonderful day.
I feel like that man is itching to get the hell out of there.
Yeah. He thanks them for the great day. You guys have helped me make a decision about this, and I appreciate it. Maybe I'll see you guys around soon. So he leaves, and the whole time his brain's just turning like, what the hell is going on there?
Yeah.
And as he's driving down the road, he notices that he has to go to get back to where he's staying. He has to go through like this, I don't know, industrial area. And he notices that there's a van in front of him. And all of a sudden the van kind of pulls off to the side of the road. And after he passes the van, he just kind of glances up in his rearview mirror and he sees what appears as like people throwing someone out of this van. And he's like, what just happened? Like, what? I need to turn around and make sure this guy's okay.
Yeah.
So he turns around, the van's gone by the time he gets there, and the dude that's out on the street is the dude that raised the tension in Jonathan earlier in the day. And the dude looks like he's been through some things, okay? So he's like, should I stop and like check on him, or should I just let it go?
Quit chewing on your toenails.
And so he ultimately decides it would be the right thing to do to like stop and make sure this dude's okay.
Yeah.
So he stops and he's like, hey man, you don't look so hot. Can I help you? Do you need me to take you somewhere? Is everything okay? And the guy's like, don't worry about it. Just, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Just leave me here. And the guy's like, are you sure? Because you look like you need some medical attention. And the guy's like, no, I'm fine. Just leave me. I'm where I'm supposed to be. And so Steven, you know how many names just went through my brain? Steven's like, all right, man, I'm 100% sure before I pull off. And the dude's like, yes, I'm fine. And he's like, okay. So he leaves and he's like, what was that? Because that was 100% the dude that like,
yeah,
Jonathan got so upset about earlier.
Right.
So he drives a little bit further down and then his phone rings. And it's Theo. And he's like, hello? And he hears Jonathan's voice. And he's like, Jonathan says, where are you right now? This is even like 50 Shades bullshit. And Steven's like, I mean, I just passed, such and such street. And he's like, that man that you just stopped to help. He said, you didn't pick him up, did you? And he's like, no, he wouldn't let me. How do you know? And he's like, don't worry about how I know. You don't go back and don't help that man. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
So he continues to drive and he goes back to his hotel and he gets in his room and he's like, what the fuck?
I don't know that I want to live in this city.
Yeah. So then, he's takes a shower, he's winding down, he lays down in bed, and all of a sudden there's a knock at the door.
Yeah.
Now you go.
Okay. I'm going to start landing the plane.
Yeah. That's where I'm trying to get.
Steven, with some hesitation, goes to look out the little peephole of his hotel room door, and he sees no one other than Theo at the door.
Oh.
And he's somewhat relieved that it's not Jonathan. So he opens the door, invites Theo inside, and he's like, hey man, how did you find my hotel room? And he's like, oh, remember you told me at dinner where your hotel was? And Steven's like, no, I certainly did not. He's like, oh yeah, sure. Well, come on in. Can I get you water or something? He's like, I don't have much. I'm in a hotel room. And Theo's like, yeah, I just wanted to apologize because it seemed like things kind of ended kind of weird. And I just wanted to make sure you were all right. And Steven is cautious. He's very cautious. And Theo says, hey, I just felt like I needed to talk to you because I know that like Jonathan was being kind of weird about his job, and I know that I do work at the restaurant, but it's only part-time, and me and Jonathan actually work together, and that's why I'm here, because we have some unfinished business to take care of. because you know too much. You've seen too much. And so we need to talk about it. And this is when Steven starts getting scared. I still don't know where I'm landing the plane, but I am landing the plane.
I have an idea, but
I'll let you take it a little bit and see. We'll see where we are.
what I've got is going to finish it.
Finish it.
Okay?
Yeah, land it. Land the plane. Land the plane.
So at this point, Steven's scared shitless, and he's like, oh my God, he's about to kill me. And so Theo's like, okay, look. So what we do, we keep it hush-hush. Because we don't want the names of our clients to get out there and potentially ruin their
reputation.
Yeah. So what you witnessed is he got upset because that guy walking down the street, we had just helped place him in a facility for addicts. And he wasn't supposed to be out.
Mm-hmm.
And so he dropped us off and then went back to go get the guy to put him back in the facility to finish out his treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a struggle. And then I know that you saw those guys kind of throw him out on the street. But what you don't know is that building, that, warehouse looking building that they were in front of is actually the treatment facility that's under disguise. Inside of those doors is state of the art, cleanliness is key type treatment facility, and they were dropping him off there.
Yeah.
To get him the help that he needs. But we can't force them to go inside. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink.
Yeah.
But the struggle that he had was getting him in the vehicle. And then, the guys in the vehicle were taking him to go get some food because it had been some time since he had eaten.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they were just trying to get him some treatment.
Yeah.
I just wanted to come and talk to you about this in person because I didn't want you to think that,
we were murderers.
Yeah. And then this whole time, all this, Steven's like, I feel so stupid.
Steven's somewhat relaxed now.
He's like, I thought that y'all were like in the mafia. And, I was not getting
good vibes.
Yeah, it was not going to be good for me. And then, they both kind of laugh it off. Theo leaves. And then Steven goes to bed and returns home the next day. That didn't go where we thought it was going to
go. Oh, shit.
So here's a funny.
Yeah.
That popped up while we were going.
Mm-hmm.
Gemma's school sends out like a weekly newsletter type thing.
On a Sunday?
Yeah. To let everybody know what's coming up in the upcoming week.
Yeah.
So the week before their state testing, they're doing what they're calling Hype Week.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing like dress up days.
Oh.
The stupidest. Okay, listen.
Uh-huh.
Monday, the day is called It's Giving Main Character Energy. You're the main character. This is your moment to shine on the test. Dress your best. Think Sunday best dresses, suits, ties, or come as the main character from your favorite movie, book, or show.
That I like better.
Tuesday, no cap. You can wear a hat. No guessing. Use your strategies and show what you know. You can absolutely wear your favorite school appropriate hat.
A millennial wrote these.
Wait. Wednesday, Delulu Day.
A millennial wrote this.
Be Delulu enough to believe that you're going to pass because you are. Go all out. Over the top fashion. Encouraged. Sunglasses, wigs, boas, crazy socks, wild shoes, oversized hats, anything fun and extra. Thursday, let them cook on TCAP. You've been preparing. Now it's time to cook on the test. Attire. Cookout/unk vibes. Think Grill Master cookout fits, slides, comfy, chill clothes. Friday. Lock in, don't crash out. Stay focused, take your time, and finish strong. Show your school pride for the pep rally.
That one, I don't mind. However,
The unk vibes sent me.
all of these terms are giving, and the way that they're used is giving millennial trying to be cool with the youth's vibes.
Oh.
And I'm over here I'm embarrassed for you.
Right.
Whoever wrote that, I'm embarrassed.
Jeez. Anyway, moving right
along, yeah. We'll just do a couple of these. They're just like spring writing prompts, but they're like cutesy things. Let's see. What is your favorite flower and why?
I don't know that I honestly have a favorite flower. I like all the flowers. If I had to pick one, I love foxgloves. I've never been able to successfully grow them.
Yeah.
But they look like little fairy hats if you turn them upside down.
Foxglove. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I would say buttercups because they're the first flower that you see in the spring.
Yeah, but they don't last very long.
No, but I love them.
Yeah.
I love a buttercup. I also like red roses. That's just because they're pretty, but I hate the way that they smell. They stink.
TJ loves his favorite flower is roses. And we've got that one rose bush that was there when we moved in that he caters to every year. He loves roses, but I also think that was his grandfather's favorite flower. So I think it's
related to that. Would you rather go flower picking with a fairy or splashing in puddles with an ogre?
Those are both fun things.
I say flower picking with a fairy.
Yeah. The ogre part is what kind of steered me away from it.
I can only think of Shrek.
Yeah. I like splashing in muddy puddles though. Like the soccer coach that we used to have, he has a little girl that at the time she was I don't know, a year old. And we'd have muddy days and you'd catch me and her splashing in mud puddles even though she was dressed all cute and whatnot. But yeah. I'm the cool aunt. And I'm let's splash in it. And she was having the greatest time.
What do you like most about spring?
The sun.
Yeah.
The warmth. It's starting to warm up. Things are coming back to life. I can feel I don't think that I really get seasonal depression, but it's I just feel like I can stretch.
Yeah. What do you dislike about
You're not
spring?
answering these questions.
Oh, yeah. Well, I answered the last one. So what I like most about spring is that everything is growing and blooming again. And that's also my least favorite thing about spring because that's also means that I can only view it from a window.
Right.
Because if I go out there, my eyes gonna swell shut.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's the blooming and the everything turning green again. And I also like that it's sunnier later in the day.
Yeah.
Let me see. It says make a list of at least 5 new things you want to start doing this spring, but what's 2 things that you want to accomplish this spring?
I want to plant some new plants in my plant walls that we have outside.
Mm-hmm.
On our side porch. I want to incorporate more things that I can feed the lizard, the dragon.
Yeah.
To give him a little bit more variety. So that's 1. 2, Ooh, I want to spend more time in nature. Like I want to go hiking. I get nervous about going hiking because I'm scared to death of snakes.
Yeah.
But I want to incorporate that more.
Yeah. That would be good. I want to get a ceiling back in my living room and dining room. It's hot in there.
Yeah.
It's hot in there.
Excuse me.
And what is something else I would like to accomplish? I would, since I won't be going outside very much, I would like to write more. That is something else I would like to accomplish this spring. Let's see. What are some of the cutest baby animals?
Ooh.
Bunnies. Bunnies are so cute.
I'm gonna say capybaras, but only because we just recently saw the new one at the zoo.
Oh yeah.
It's so cute. They are like a massive rodent, but they're so cute.
I also like meerkats.
Yeah,
And meerkats are really, really cute.
they are. They give like drunk uncle vibes.
Oh,
though.
100%.
Trying to think other like really cute. Oh, have you been following? Is it Punch, the little monkey?
Punch. He's got a girlfriend, I
I
guess.
know. He's so cute.
I've got to sit up. Or I got to do something. Let me think. Kittens. Kittens are cute.
Kittens are cute. Puppies are cute.
I'm not a big fan of puppies, but they can be cute. And let's see. This says spring cleaning is about getting rid of old, unwanted stuff from your house. Can you think of at least 3 items that you no longer need or use?
This gives me anxiety. So here's a new thing that I learned from my therapist is that when we start having these strong feelings such as anxiety or fear, we take note of where in the body that we are feeling this, and we almost give that feeling a face, and we talk to it and figure out what it needs to feel better, be it that it just needs to be acknowledged, or if there's some type of action that I can take that will make it go away.
Mm-hmm.
Nurturing it, taking care of it, like picture it as, like a baby almost that you need to take care of, that it needs something to feel better. And as stupid as that may sound to some people, giving it a face the anxiety I feel about cleaning things out and the pure hatred for the idea of wasting an entire day of spring cleaning out my house makes me want to vomit. So sitting with that feeling and really thinking about it might help. But like things that I could get rid of.
Yeah.
God, everything in that house needs to go. Literally, like we'll clean the kids' rooms out like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
To get rid of like toys that are broken or that they haven't like played with in 6 months.
Yeah.
I could probably do with going through my closet and getting rid of all the clothes that I keep saying one day I'll fit in this again.
Yeah.
Because we all know that I'm not going to get back down to a size 13, 15 even.
See, that's the way that I really like when I did my closet clean out this last time where I like documented the whole thing on my Instagram stories. I tried on every. The hell is that? Who is that?
It was laying on the floor. It's Daniel. It was laying on the floor right here.
My Daniel?
Did he slide this under the door when he came through? Because I heard him do something, but I didn't look down.
Is that my Daniel?
Yeah.
In a suit?
Oh, it's like a prom picture.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to post that in the Discord. Put that on my desk.
It was weird. She was like sniffing us.
She's like, ooh, this stinks. It smells like Daniel. But like when I did my closet clean out this last time, because I thrift a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
And sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. And I try not to keep things that don't fit in terms of is it way too small or is it way too big? So, and I did get an idea while I was on the retreat because one of the girls has like cropped a bunch of her like pixie t-shirts, and I have several that I bought that are just way too big on me. So I think I'm going to crop those and wear them that way. Because they just hang so low. And, but like what helped me was trying everything on. Like, even if I knew it wasn't going to get above my knees, it's the seeing it not get above my knees that helped me be like, this can go. But there are also like sentimental pieces of clothing. Like, I have a whole bunch of concert t-shirts that I'm never going to fit into again, but I want to cut those and like turn into a blanket. So I'm keeping those. One of the girls in the Discord makes quilts. So I might reach out to her and be like, hey, what would you charge me to make a t-shirt quilt? Because I really want to use these in some form or fashion, but having them in a box is not serving a purpose.
Right.
So, and I spent a lot of money on them, so I would like to use them in some way. But anyway, but yeah, doing that, like trying everything on and actually like looking in the mirror and taking the time with it. And like, if it was something where I'm like, okay, it doesn't look good this way, but like maybe if I paired it with this other piece, it would look better. So like, that's how I handled my closet clean out. And then I basically did the same thing with my shoes. I tried them all on, saw what worked, what didn't, like I've worn for things and been like, these suck. I hate these. And then, but yeah, I think I'm due for another, closet clean out.
My thing is, if I clean out my closet and get rid of all the things that do not fit anymore, I will have like no clothes. It's going to appear that I have no clothes. But let's just be honest, like all the clothes that'll be left are the ones that I'd like wear on the regular.
All the time, yeah. And honestly, you'll probably feel really good seeing like half of your closet being empty. You're like, wow, I have all this space.
Then I'm just going to need to spend money and fill it.
That's fine.
No.
You can go thrifting. You can get clothes really cheap. This whole outfit I'm wearing, except for my slippers and my panties and my bra, were thrifted. Because I have non-negotiables when it comes to thrifting. Panties and bras, I don't thrift.
Yeah.
I can understand why somebody would. I personally don't.
Yeah.
There's no amount of laundry sanitizer that makes me want to put my coochie where somebody else's has been.
Right.
So that's why a bra I could a little bit more understand, but I'm just not doing that. And socks, non-negotiable on socks as well. Shoes is a recent thing, but I sanitize them and preferably will buy ones that I can throw in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Because I'm so scared of getting athlete's foot for whatever reason. But yeah, so, but in terms of like things that I would like to get rid of in my house, I've got 4 dining room chairs that need to go. Because I'm not going to keep those whenever I'm going to thrift like nice wooden chairs. Even if they're all 4 different, I think that would add to the vibe of the house. But those leather metal chairs just are not, they served their purpose while I had them, but it is time for me to let them go and let them move on. And having cats, they're absolutely thrashed. So no, I had to buy covers for them to like be okay with other people seeing them,
right? Because
they were they're just horrible, and one is broken anyway. So, let's see, the chairs. What else is there in this house that needs to just go?
You've been cleaning stuff out as
as we're like doing the rooms, I'm like purging shit that I'm like, I don't need this. But I'm also currently like building my physical media collection, which is starting to slowly take over what little space I have in the spare room where we're storing everything. I'm sure that there's like appliances in the pantry that just don't get used that could probably be purged and gone. So yeah, dining room chairs, appliances in the kitchen. those can go. Let me see if there's one more. Which season is better, winter or spring?
I love them both for different reasons. Honestly, I'm a girl that likes winter because the cold, like, if it gets, like, bitterly cold, I hate it. But, like, I don't mind cold.
Yeah.
I like the crispness of the air. Living in Tennessee, it's humid.
Yeah.
So
our summers are brutal.
Yeah. I like the crispness of the air. I don't like that it gets dark earlier, but, like, I like winter. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I don't like the snow. I like it for a day, then I want it to be gone. I don't like ice. I like spring.
If I don't have any place to be, I don't mind the snow, the ice, whatever. But
it's the fact that the option of going somewhere is taken away from me that bothers me the most. I like spring just because it's pretty and things are starting to come back to life, and it's
the days are longer.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know because, like, I don't like I said, I don't like the ice, but, like, with the spring, I don't like the bugs.
Yeah, I don't like the bugs.
The
either.
Wasps have already started to come out. Like, this is a problem.
Yeah,
ticks. My son found a tick in a very compromising place today. I don't. There's pros and cons to either, and I don't know that I could pick one or the other.
I mean, I like spring because I like a good thunderstorm. Now, I don't like nadir weather, and that's scary.
Listen.
But I like a good, just like a rumbly, rainy day.
That's something that I was going to bring up, and I forgot. The storms that we just recently had, I had literally just like a week or two before we had the first decent one, I was like, I am ready for a good, loud storm.
Yeah.
Like, just because something about that, when it's going, I just feel like charged.
Yes.
And then when it's over, I just feel cleansed. Like I feel like everything is right again. It's almost like the earth is having its moment,
right? And
I'm having it with it. And when it's done and it's got all its frustrations out, so did I, and I did nothing but exist. I love a good storm. The last one that we got that was pretty good, he had, so y'all came back Sunday night. Okay, so he left early Sunday morning to go out of town for work, like 3 a.m. So I'm at home alone with the children, and this storm is going through. So I was a little nervous because normally when it storms, I can sleep through this.
Yeah.
And I sleep knowing he's not sleeping because he can't, storms freak him out a little bit. So I know that he's going to be awake. So if something's going down, he's going to be able to wake me up to let me know. I was there by myself. So I was like, I'm going to stay up until this is all said and done, until you got home. And I knew that you were safe. The whole time I'm struggling because it's like it storms and I'm ready to take a nap. But it was like I was here for it. I was so, like, one day it stormed while I was working. It got dark outside. It's thundering. I'm like, I'm in the team chat going, this is fantastic.
Yeah. There's something about when it's like sunshiny like it is right now, and then all of a sudden it's dark, and then it like storm rolls up. Though that is so
the summertime
cozy. Storms. There's something so cozy about that.
The summer, when it's like, it's hot as hell, and then that darkness starts coming through, and it immediately drops 10 degrees.
Yes.
And it's like dark, and it's rumbly
We
out there.
sound like lunatics.
Listen, I don't even care.
Yes, I 100%.
Would this qualify me to being that I thrive in that environment, that chaos? If I were a witch, would I be a chaos witch?
Probably. I'm sure we'll get to that in, I don't know if I think it's our next episode, the Earth Magic episode. Because I know I touched on something quite similar. But on that note, we will wrap things up. We've done a solid like hour 10 for every episode so far. Our nonprofit of the month, again, is Autism Tennessee. They bridge the gap between support, resources, and programs so that autistic individuals are empowered to recognize their potential and discover the meaningful connections needed to realize their goals. And they do things with scholarships, they do 5Ks, and all kinds of stuff. So I will have all of their information in the episode description. They have a sensory option on their website. What is that? It removes all the color.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Okay. So anyway, because their website is very vibrant. So if you do the sensory option, it does a black and white. If you want to donate, there will be the option to do that down in the episode description and across our socials. And while you're there, please visit us at
Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok,
YouTube.
Email us at wandersofweird
At gmail.com.
Send us those Dear Wanderers messages.
Hit us with your Dear Wanderers. Got a ghost in your attic, anything like that.
Aliens been probing you.
Bad boyfriend, bad girlfriend, bad partner.
Bad
parent, bad sibling.
Bad children.
Let us know. Hit us up. We would love to hear about it and share. You can 100% say, I want this to be anonymous. I wonder if I make like a survey form, if that would and it's like an anonymous survey form, if anybody would fill it out. Might do that. Might try that out. All right. See you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.